Okay, so I want to discuss 11 and 12 first and then come back. Okay, 11 is a little tricky. Let us see what we can do. Okay, maybe finish 12. Yeah, for complex numbers also somebody cannot relate to it. Okay, overall I'm thinking I'll go backward, it may be better. Okay, question number 90. I'm sure earlier also many times I told this that whenever, all of you can hear me clearly, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Whenever there is an inequality and you have more than one unknown, okay, you can only find all the unknowns provided what is given is extreme value. Otherwise, for example, somehow x square, some expression is greater than or equal to 3. When it is equal to 3, we can tell what are those x, y, z values. If it is 2 or if it is 4 or 5, there will be infinite sets of values. Okay. In the same way here, x square plus f of x whole square is less than or equal to the details. No, I don't have very sophisticated equipment where I can make sure that question is visible and I can write solution here. I can make some arrangements, okay. But x square plus f of x whole square is less than or equal to 1. That is one thing given to us. Second thing that is given to us is mute yourself. Okay. Second thing is f is a function from closed 0, 1 to again closed 0, 1. And third thing they gave is integral 0 to 1 f of x dx is equal to pi by 4. Okay, what I want to say now is if you only take this, there are a lot of functions. Basically, let us first of all understand this part. F of x whole square is less than or equal to 1 minus x square. F of x is less than or equal to root 1 minus x square because anyway it is positive. Okay. What is the graph of y equal to root 1 minus x square? Is a circle. Y equal to root 1 minus x square means y square is equal to 1 minus x square and x square plus y square equal to 1. So it is a circle, but not full circle, semicircle, because y is always positive because root of something is always positive. So taking full circle, it is circle with center 0, 0, radius 1, 1, only the upper semicircle. And your function can be equal to that or anything less than that. For example, I can have a function here, I can have a function here, function here. Okay, but something else is important, that between 0 to 1, the area of the function should be under the curve should be pi by 4. That is possible only when it is exactly this curve. Why? What is the area of this one, which is area under the curve y equal to root 1 minus x square? Area of this quarter circle, how much will be when radius is 1? Pi by 4. Right. Okay. So this is equal to pi by 4 only when it is equal to root 1 minus x square. Let's say they did not get pi by 4, they gave something little less than pi by 4 here. Then there's not one curve, there will be infinite curves here which can satisfy that. A curve can be like this, a curve can be like this. Somehow, I think I can adjust where, for example, pi by 4 is, let's say 0.78 or something. Let's say they would have given 0.7 here. There will be hundreds of curves where area under the curve, they are below this, but area is 0.7. Then we cannot find the final thing that they want. So here you have to understand the extreme value is this. So I'm going to prove that first. Okay, so in an inequality, we can apply definite integration. The reason is, if one curve is below another curve, the area under this bigger curve will be, that is higher curve, will be area under the less than curve. So if the curve is above, the area under that will be more. If the curve is below, the area under that will be less. So we can apply definite integration to an inequality. Nothing wrong in that. So I can say 0 to 1 f of x dx is less than or equal to 0 to 1 root 1 minus x square dx. But this is exactly pi by 4. This is exactly pi by 4. One is from the figure only, that it is quarter circle. This area between 0 to 1, area under this, where y equal to root 1 minus x square means x square plus y square equal to 1. Another is, all of you know this integration, there's a formula. What is root a square minus x square formula? X by 2 root a square minus x square plus a square by 2 sin inverse x by a. Some kind of formula is there, right? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay. To use that formula, substitute upper limit, lower limit, will get pi by 4. So how this is pi by 4? I'm not doing by definite integration. I'm just doing from the figure. But if you want to do it, it will come x by 2 root 1 minus x square plus 1 by 2 sin inverse x with limits 0 to 1. When you put 1, this is 0, this is pi by 4. When you put 0, this is 0, this is 0. That's how we'll get pi by 4. So this is method 1, this is method 2 to get this pi by 4. So that is 0 to 1 f of x dx is actually less than or equal to pi by 4, but in the question they gave equal to pi by 4. So 0 to 1 f of x dx equal to pi by 4 implies f of x must be equal to this. F of x must be equal to root 1 minus x square. That is because it's a continuous function. If it is not continuous, at least at 1 or 2 points it can come down, it can be missing. But it is continuous, so it has to be equal to that one. Anybody has any objection so far? Main point is from here to here applying integral 0 to 1 and proving that this maximum value is pi by 4 equal to pi by 4 is possible when this is equal to this. That is this. Okay, once you got the function, now what is the question they wanted? Integral 1 by 2 to 1 by root 2. So they wanted integral 1 by 2 to 1 by root 2 f of x by 1 minus x square dx. Okay. So that is integral 1 by 2 to 1 by root 2. F of x is root 1 minus x square substituted. It will become 1 by root 1 minus x square dx, which is sin inverse x with limits 1 by 2 and 1 by root 2. 1 by root 2 means pi by 4. 1 by 2 means 30 degrees, pi by 6. We take 12 LCM, which is pi by 12. Is it okay? Question number 90.
Yes.
One thing I definitely recommend, I would have told this earlier, but it's okay. those are really serious. I think whatever questions you got fine, whatever you did not get, you write detailed solutions properly, sit peacefully and write so that you'll get a clarity. Sometimes you do little rough work here and there, somehow it comes. But when you try to write neatly, present everything in order, you'll get a better clarity which is useful for you in the future. Okay? And you can submit to me all the question solutions you want to write. I personally wanted to the one day sit for 2 hours and 3 hours whatever to neatly write everything. Every year I write the KVPO solutions. In the last 2 days I did not write. Okay, if anybody wants time, I'll give. Otherwise, I'll erase and go to the another question. I don't know today whether I can complete the whole paper. Let me see. Because I have a meeting at 5 o'clock for all the SM teachers. And one more thing, I'm using the free Zoom here. So after 40 minutes, it will end. Then with the same link, you rejoin. I will immediately restart the class. Okay. You don't have to think ending means class is over. We'll continue the class till 5 o'clock. So if meeting ends, just rejoin again with the same. Okay, I'm going to erase this whole thing. Is it okay? Okay. Coming to 89, I spent some time thinking about this question. I did not get any easy way to do it. I got one way, but something else. Maybe there may not be there, but I did not get anything else. Only one method. What is this? First of all, a1 by 2, a2 by 2 square, a3 by 2 cube also equal to a1 square by 2, a2 square by 4, a3 square by 8. Okay. So they want A1, A2, A3 values satisfying this equation. Okay. Again, one equation and how many unknowns? 3 unknowns. Right? Okay. So normally one equation and 3 unknowns. As you fix 2 variables, you can find the third variable. Okay. There will be infinite answers unless it is extreme case. So I'm sure it must be the extreme case where a specific A1, A2, A3 values. Then I think what is that we don't have to find, but it will be only one set. I think the answer should be either 1 or infinite in general. When you have one equation, but 2 unknowns or 3 unknowns, answer should be either null set or infinite, usually. Okay, this one when I expand, I'll get a1 squared by 4, a2 squared by, right in the beginning. Okay, 4a1 plus 2a2 plus a3 whole square by 2 cube, which is 60. Here if I take LCM, 4a1 square plus 2a2 square plus 8 square by 8. And 8 can cancel, 8 can go there. This will come 16a1 square plus 4a2 square plus a3 square. 2 into this into this is 16 a1 a2 plus 4 a2 a3 plus 8 a1 a3 equal to 32 a1 square plus 16 a2 square plus 8 a3 square. And everything to the other side, I have 16 a1 square plus 16 a2 square plus 8 a3 square, 16 and 12 plus 7 minus 16 a1 a2 minus 4 a2 a3 minus 8 a3 a1 equal to 0. Don't ask me how to exactly get the idea, but somehow we have to write this as sum of perfect squares. I'm sure that I don't think it is a unique way. There must be many ways to write that. Okay. Maybe if I write multiply two things, maybe easier, may not be easier. I don't know. I'm just going to try. Let's multiply 2 and write down 32 a1 square, 24 a2 square, 14 a3 square minus 32 a1 a2 minus 8 a2 a3 minus 16 a3 a1 equal to 0. What will be 4a1 minus 4a2 whole square? 16 a1 square, 16 a2 square minus 32. I use this completely. Okay, maybe I'll mention that. 16 a1 square plus 16 a2 square minus 32 a1. 16 other 16 a1 square. I have 4 means I need 2 a3. So minus plus 4 a3 square minus 8 a2 a3. I have extra 16 a1 square. Purposely out of this I want to borrow one 4 a3 square because 2 into 4 a1 into 2 a3 will be 8 a1 a3. So, a1 a3 square. What I need for a1 a3 for 16 means this is 4, this is 2. 8 to 16. Yeah, this is 16. Okay, so I'm able to use this completely, Now let us see what is left. a1 square completely used up. Among a2 square, 8 a2 square is left. a3 square is 14. I only used 4 a3 square, so I will have 10 a3 square. And then minus 8 a2. Okay. This is a perfect square which is 4a1 minus 4a2 whole square. This is a perfect square where 4a1 minus 2a3 whole square. Can I make some perfect square here? I can borrow one 2 out of this. I'll get to 4a2 square, 5a3 square minus 4a2 a3 equal to 0. I think I can write 2a2 whole square. This is 2 into 2a2 into only single a3. 2 into 2a2. Yes. I can take 4a3 square outside. Okay. So I'll be getting 4a1 minus 4a2 whole square, 4a1 minus 2a3 whole square. I'm directly writing here 2a2 minus 2a3 whole square. 4a2 square, no, only a3 square. Okay, 4a2 square, 1a3 square minus 4a2 a3. What else will be left? Extra 2 5 are 10. I used only 2 for 8 a3 square or 2 times that will be left. So 8 a3 square. You can see now something square plus something square plus some number, positive number into something square plus something square. It can't be 0 unless all are 0 because each one of them is non-negative. So from this we'll get a1 equal to a2. From this we'll get a3 should be 2a1. From this we'll get a3 should be 2a2. But from this we'll get a3 0. Because A3 is 0, you'll get A2 should be 0. All of it. I think from here you can conclude A1 equal to A2 equal to A3 equal to 0. I know it will happen only for a particular A1, particular A2, particular A3. Here it is only 0, 0, 0 and nothing else. Okay. So either it is infinite or unique. So is it the only way to write perfect square? I don't think definitely. I'm sure somehow somebody can open it and recombine it. Some other perfect square can be used. For example, instead of getting extra A3 square, somebody can get extra A1 square and combine other things. I started with A1 and tried to combine. Somebody can start with A3. Main point is writing in sum of perfect squares so to get an idea. I could not get anything easier than that. Okay. So if somebody comes up with some, yes, please.
I have one method. I don't know. Works complete means it is easier now. Sir, another means we can consider the dot product between a bar and 1/2 I plus 1/4 j plus 1/8 k. Sir.
Okay, and you want to use Cauchy-Squart's inequality. I understand that, right?
Yes.
Okay. So is it working out? Let us check. Let me look at the question.
Sir,
but the problem is this is like A1 B1 plus A2 B2 plus A3 B3 whole square, and here we should have A1 square plus A2 square plus A3 square into B1 square plus B2 square plus B3 square. Are you having that?
sir,
Yes, please.
sir, no, sir, what you asked?
You said you wanted to use some kind of inequality. That is Cauchy-Squart's inequality is A1 B1 plus A2 B2 plus A3 B3 whole square is less than or equal to sum of the A1 square, A2 square, A3 square, B1 square, B2 square, B3 square, right?
No, sir, I don't want to use that one.
What is
The
it?
dot product is then, sir. We will find the dot product, sir.
And you want to say it is less than or equal to mod A into mod B, right?
No, sir. When we find the dot product, we will equate to the mod A bar into mod B bar into cos theta, sir.
Yes, and cos
After
theta is
that,
less than or equal to 1.
No, sir. After squaring on both sides, we'll keep that aside, sir. We'll find the dot product, sir, and in terms of that one, we'll find sin theta, sir.
Okay.
The angle between the two vectors.
I understood. Okay. So anyway, later on you send to me in WhatsApp or something, you write about it and send to me. I'll think about it. If required, I'll.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, means it is somewhat blind process, sir.
It's okay. Let us try. No problem. Just send me. I'll think about it. May give me some other idea. Okay. Okay. So others, don't be afraid of this kind of questions. You know, the exam anyway, you cannot attempt all the questions, and there should be some tricky questions to for few people to able to do it or something like that. Okay. Few questions need some idea like that. This may be too outward where to get an idea. Or I don't know, somebody who made the question got a specific idea and we are not getting hack of that. I don't know. Okay. But as far as I can tell, this is some of the perfect squares we can write where we can conclude it is 0. So there's only one vector of this one. A1 should be 0, A2 should be 0, A3 should be 0. Okay, 88 should be a fairly simple question. Yeah. Okay, nice to see a lot of students are there. 45. Okay, I'm going to erase 89. Does somebody need time? Okay. Another 10 minutes meeting will end and we will restart. Okay, but in the meantime, we'll continue. Okay, so f of x is equal to mod sin x given in the question. G of x is integral 0 to x f of t dt, which is 0 to x mod sin t dt. And p of x is g of x minus 2x by pi. Okay, so p of x, which is g of x minus 2x by pi, is integral 0 to x mod sin t dt minus 2x by pi. Okay, now this function, whether pi is the period or not, that's the mainly the question. Okay, is it a periodic function? P of x plus pi, you have to find and see whether it is P of x is coming or not. Okay, this is P of x. Okay, this is P of x, just find P of x plus pi. Wherever x is there, you have to write x plus pi. P you don't have to touch. So 0 to x plus pi mod sin t dt minus 2 into x plus pi by. Okay. This one I'm going to write 0 to pi mod sin t dt plus pi to x plus pi mod sin t dt minus this related to 2x by pi minus 2. Okay. Luckily, right today only for the other campus I taught about periodicity in definite integration. 0 to pi mod sin t dt, between 0 to pi sin t is positive, I can remove the mod, I can integrate it, minus cos t will come, upper limit, lower limit, finally answer will come 2. I'm not spending the time. Just remove this mod, sin t integral is minus cos t, put upper limit, lower limit will get 2. Coming to this, because for mod sin t periodicity is pi, pi to x plus pi can be written as 0 to x. Just today I told you about this formula. What is that? T to a plus t can be written as 0 to a. All of you remember this in the today morning class? In the other campus?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So I'm going to write this as 0 to x mod sin t dt. That means I can subtract a period here, t I can subtract here and here. Okay, that is. Now this is minus 2x by pi minus 2. So 2 got cancelled. You can see we got this exactly p of x back. We got an extra 2 here, an extra 2 here, they got cancelled. Other things are same, which is p of x. So p of x plus pi is equal to p of x for all values of x. They're asking for how many values? For all values of x in the question, which is infinite values. Okay, it's not a difficult question. Instead of directly telling p of x, first they told f of x, then they told this is g of x, then they told p of x is g of x minus that. Without all that, they would have directly said p of x is this and asked whether p of x plus pi is this or not. That's it. Mainly pi to x plus pi, I wrote 0 to x, that is one thing. And splitting 0 to x plus pi as 0 to pi plus pi to x plus pi. So here p of x plus pi equal to p of x for all x. Okay, if you don't complete today, I don't think tomorrow I can keep because on the other campus they have exam on Monday. I have to keep Monday evening. I have some parents meeting. Okay, up till 5 o'clock I'll teach. After that, if anything is left, we'll keep on Tuesday. Okay. Okay, I'm going to erase. Does anybody need more time? '87 is a question based on differential equations, but not very complicated differential equations. Okay, before even solving the question completely, I'll tell you what are the answers. I think there are 9 possible answers for this. 9 functions are there satisfying this. You take x square minus x square and 0. Y equal to x square, y equal to 0, y equal to minus x square. This function will satisfy, this function will satisfy, this will satisfy. You can take this piece and this piece. You can take this piece and this piece. Okay. Among these 3 pieces, you can select any one of them. Among these 3 pieces, you can select any one of them. For function before 0, for function after 0. According to your permutation combinations, if this function has 3 choices, this function has 3 choices, total 3 into 3, 9. If you want me to write all those functions, okay, how even x square came, I did not even explain to you. Okay, the question is, I'll explain. The question is f dash x f dash x whole power 4 is equal to 16 f of x whole square. for x belongs to -1 to 1. And f of 0 should be 0. And f should be continuous and differential. Okay. So if you look at any, for example, you take x square, the derivative is 2x, and 2x whole power 4 is 16x power 4. Here, if you put x square, it will be power 4. Okay. So 16x power. If it is 0, this will be 0, derivative is also 0, they are equal. Okay. They can be partly x square, partly minus x square, partly x square, partly 0. Okay. So one obvious function is always x square, another function is always minus x square, always 0. Or partly out of these three, any two. You can take x square here, minus x square here, x square here, 0 here, 0 here, x square here, reverse. This one, reverse, this one. So I got 3, another 3, and 3, total 9. That's what I said. After 0, you can decide this or this or this. Before 0, you can decide this or this or this. Of course, why to break at 0? I can break anywhere else. But I mentioned f of 0 is 0 and it will be continuous and differential. But where from x square came, first of all? So let us see that. Here, when you differentiate, sorry, for power 4 is there, let us apply square root. I will get f dash x whole square is equal to plus or minus 4 f of x. Okay, so I'm going to take two cases. F dash x whole square is equal to plus 4 f of x, and f dash x whole square equal to minus 4 f of x. One may say, how can f dash x whole square be negative? It can be. It is not that f dash x whole square can be negative. If f of x is negative, minus f of x will be positive. So here for sure, f of x must be less than or equal to 0. Here for sure, f of x must be greater than or equal to 0. If LHS is positive, RH should be positive. Similarly, LHS is positive, RH should be positive. Now, because it is positive and apply square root, I'll get f of x, f dash x is equal to plus or minus 2 root f of x. This dash. Now, we have to integrate this. How? If you call this as y, this is actually like dy. If I bring this one this side, I'll get f dash x by root f of x. Now, some people don't know about differential equations, so but anyway, you're using in physics here and there. I'll just try this. This is basically df by dx. This is 2 root f. I'm not writing of x. Bring root f here, dx here. df by dx, df by f is equal to plus or minus 2 dx. So when integrated, root f, sorry. This integral is 2 root f. That integral is plus or minus 2x plus c. Sorry, it's not visible. You can erase this. I don't need now. This integral is 2 root f, and this integral is plus or minus 2x plus c. But f of 0 is 0. LHS is 0, this is 0, so c will be 0. You'll get 2 root f is equal to plus or minus 2x. 2 to cancel, square it. F of x will come x square. Same thing if you do here, you're going to get f of x equal to minus x square. Okay. Because you are going to have minus root f here. This is going to be minus. You're going to get a minus here, you're going to get a minus here. So from this equation, you are going to get f of x equal to minus x square. But one important point here. When can I divide root f here? From here to here, when can I divide? Anybody?
Sir, f is not equal to 0.
Yeah. So here, from here to here, directly this step is not okay. You have to write when f is not equal to 0. Then when f is 0, what will happen then? When f is 0, this will be 0. df by dx is 0 means f is a constant function, but f of 0 is 0 means it should be constant 0. So that also should be taken care. So here, from here to here, indirectly f not equal to 0. Okay. If f of x equal to 0, that case you take here, obviously df by dx is equal to 0 to satisfy it. And f of x is 0 for all x values. Okay. So we got 3 cases now. F of x equal to x square, f of x equal to minus x square, f of x equal to 0 for all x, or at least part of the x. That is only for positive values or only for negative values also we can take it. Okay. So those things have to be taken care carefully. If you don't notice that, this question you will not be able to attempt correct, because they're asking how many functions are there. I wrote 9 functions or 6 I wrote. I showed you another 3. Okay, now you have x square, you have 0 minus x square here also. Somebody can take this as one function. Somebody can take this as one function. Somebody can take this as one 3. With this as one function, this or this, another 3. You can take this one, you can take this one, you can take this one, another 3. 3 plus 3 plus 3, 9. Okay, I wrote all the cases. Well, if you're able to relate to 87 now. Okay. So there are total exactly 9 functions. But the answer is anyway not about 9. It's whether it is 2 or 3 or more than 4. It is obviously more than 4. Earlier I wrote some functions, now I erased it, but I hope you understood. Okay, a little bit of differential equations, but not heavy integration, simple integration. Swarup, is it clear what I said about 87?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Vikramaditya, is it clear about 87? The 9 function that I said?
Yes, sir, it's clear.
Okay. Okay, this 86, some concept related to, not heavy concept, but I have not yet discussed in the other seniors. But this is a very regular topic both in mains and advanced exam. Even this year also they asked something like this. So I'll explain what it is. Right, I'm going to arrange this. Okay, so mainly the concept in 86 is there are some, in indefinite integration, every function cannot be integrated, right? All of you know that.
Yes, sir.
Same problem with definite integration, everything we cannot integrate. But we can find some, we can tell this value should be between these two. Okay, how? It is as simple as that. Let us say I have a function. It is very difficult for me to find area under the curve because the function is not so easily integrable. What will I do? I'll take some curve which is little higher than that, which I can integrate easily, or some curve which is lower than that, which I can integrate easily. Then I can say the area under this curve should be less than area under this curve, more than area under this curve. So here it is up to your expertise to decide some function which is above f of x, some function which is below f of x. And even though this is not integrable, this and this should be integrable. Okay, you should be able to identify those functions. And and this is not a unique function. There will be, rather than this, there are many functions which can be integrable. Okay, we can use any one of them and find different answers. For example, coming back here, the question is about integral 0 to 1 x by 1 plus x power 8 dx. So obviously my x belongs to open it 0 to 1. When x is between 0 to 1, I want to know some function greater than that and less than that. Okay. So x by 1 plus x power 8. If I want to find the right side, I have to minimize this. Okay. I can say it is less than x by 1 plus x power 4. I can even say it is less than 1 by x plus 2. We have increased or decreased? Tell me, compared to this denominator is bigger or smaller?
Bigger, sir.
X power 8, x power 4 is bigger, right? Than x power 8 because between 0 to 1. If this is bigger, this whole thing will be smaller. So I should write this side.
Yes, sir.
Okay, this will be less than x by 1 plus x power 4 and less than x by 1 plus x squared. So from here to here, denominator increased and increased further for the whole thing. I can even say it is less than x. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yes. And I can even say it is x by 2 here. 2 is bigger than 1 plus x squared. Many things. These are all not required for the question. I'm just showing you how different answers can come. Okay.
Numerator.
I want to get 1 by 4 and 5 by 8. Okay. Anybody want to tell some other function? Anything more than this or less than this?
Sir, x cube by 1 plus x to the power of 8. Sir.
You want to write that? Okay. You don't want to change the denominator?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You want to write in the place of x cube. You are
Yes.
actually decreasing. You are decreasing it, right? X cube is less than x. Okay, but that is not in bit where it is. I have to write properly. So I will write separately. X cube by 1 plus x power 8 less than x by 1 plus x power 8. Anyway, I am looking for this will give me pi by 8. Okay, because x squared, even tan inverse x square of tan inverse x square, I'll get pi by 8. So I can say my integral is more than pi by 8. No doubt. Less than 1, no doubt, but I want to get something further. Okay. So my j will be greater than pi by 8. This is good enough for me. But I want to prove.
Sir.
Yes.
Sir, if we take x by 2, we are getting is less than 1 by 4.
Less than 1 by 4, greater than 1 by 4.
Sorry, greater than 1 by 4.
Greater than 1 by 4. And what about less than pi by 8? It was wrong, maybe. Okay. And just I want to confirm that all these things are less than this. Okay. From here to here, my denominator, just for sake of writing, I want to write x power 4 is greater than x power 8. 1 plus x power 4 is greater than 1 plus x power 8. 1 by 1 plus x power 8 is greater than 1 by 1 plus x power 4. X by 1 plus x power 8 is greater than x by 1 plus x power 4. Yeah. So all are greater. I do not get anything on that side. Maybe I could get something. This is also one such thing. I have to insert somewhere. So now I can imply for this question, you don't need all these things. I'm just showing you that's all. Integral 0 to 1 x by 2 less than integral 0 to 1 x by 1 plus x less than integral 0 to 1 x by 1 plus x square. Integral 0 to 1 x by 1 plus x power 4 is less than 0 to 1 x by 1 plus x power 8. For dx, I should write everywhere 0 to 1 x. Now, this integral is 1 by 4 straight away, x square by 2. This is, what is the integral of this? I have to add 1, subtract 1. 1 minus 1 by 1 plus x, right? That is x minus log 1 plus x. When I put 0, everything is 0. When I put 1 minus log. Here, this is half log 1 plus x square. Okay, 2 is there, 2 is there. Half log 1 plus x square, so it will be half log. This one is, you take x square st, multiply with 2, divide with 2. Okay, you get half tan inverse x. When you put it, you get 5 by 8 tan inverse 1. This is our question J, and this is directly 1 by 2. Okay, so the reason I wrote all these things, even though I don't need all of them, is in this question they asked about j greater than 5 by 8. In some other question they can ask j greater than half log 2. How will you compare? Some other question they can ask j greater than. So the point is how to get idea that I have to take like this only. That I cannot tell. But this integral is not possible. Less than that or more than that, there are many functions which can be integrated. Okay. Some examples I gave where I tried to increase the denominators in different ways. Is everybody clear about this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So options given j greater than 5 by 8 is correct. J greater than 1 by 4 is correct. I don't know if it is greater than given or less than given. Actually, I think this gives a very close picture here. 5 by 8 is roughly how much? .4 something, right? 0.39 something. Whatever it is. This is 0.5 and this is 0.39. We are able to tell at least, even though we are not able to find, we are able to tell it is between 0.39 to 5. It gives some idea, right?
Sir?
Yes, please.
Sir, is it possible to find area of that curve, sir?
No, I told you, this is indefinite integration. This cannot be done. Okay, so I don't think.
Patnaik sir once told that even non-integral function also we can find area, sir. Means house.
No, that is approximation only, not exact. We use some kind of numerical methods where approximate area. Okay.
Means so exactly we can't find, sir. Means we are approximating, sir.
We are for example, I'll tell you, you can use expansions. Take 1 plus x 8 whole power up. It will become 1 plus x power 8 whole power minus 1, right?
Yes.
For this, Taylor's expansion.
Yes, sir.
And multiply the x and integrate, you will get a series. You will get exact answer only, but it is an infinite series, not one simple number. And you say exact answer, it is not. When you integrate it, you will get 1 by 9 factorial minus 1 by 10 factorial plus 1 by 12 factorial, something will come. Exact answer. But how will you simplify it?
Yes.
So here I told you exact answer. Okay. Do Taylor's expansion, use it. You will get infinite series.
Understood. Thank you, sir.
No. Swati, you understood this one?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I think one of the statement is true and one of them is wrong. Okay, I'm arranging this whole thing going for 85. At least yesterday also I should have somehow taken. Otherwise, I can take tomorrow. Those who can attend, they can attend. Others, I'll send the recording. They can watch later also. 85. X belongs to theta belongs to 0 to 2. Sine phi sine square theta. If somebody tried these questions, you got some idea you want to tell, please feel free. Okay. This is not just I want to teach. You want to tell, I'll just write what to tell on the board. You want to tell a different method. Useful. Okay. Actually, these two are same. It is possible to prove it. Why? Because if you write sine square theta as 1 minus cos square theta, it will become pi minus pi cos square theta, and sine 180 minus theta will become sine theta. That is one way to do it. But first of all, I don't want to do that. I want to use transformations. Sine c plus sine d. Both will give same answer. Just I want to do this. So method 1, sine c plus sine d, 2 sine c plus d by 2. This plus this is pi by 2. Cos this minus this by 2, which is pi sine square theta minus pi cos square theta by 2 sine c plus sine d. 2 sine c plus d by 2 cos c minus d by 2. 2 cos pi by 2 cos. Sine 90 is 1. 2 got cancelled. Cos, what I got here is pi by 2. If I take common pi by 2, sine square minus cos square, or cos square minus sine square is cos 2 theta, and minus may come, but cos will take care of it. So pi by 2 cos 2 theta equal to cos of pi by 2 cos theta. Cos A equal to cos B. So pi by 2 cos 2 theta is equal to 3 and pi plus or minus. That is one thing, or I can bring this side and apply transformations, which is better for me.
Sir,
Hmm.
sir, interval is between 0 to 2 pi, no, sir. So minus or plus we can take, sir.
1 minute. This whether that interval 0 to 2 pi or not so important. Cos 2 theta is always between minus 1 to 1.
Yes.
So this is between minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. This is also between minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So as you said, 2 and pi will not come. Either we'll get A equal to B or A equal to minus.
Yes.
Okay. That interval will come in the later, because right now this is between minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. Yeah, so 2 and pi is not important. I can straight away write pi by 2 cos theta. Because this is between minus 90 to 90, this is also between minus 90 to 90. Either A equal to B or A equal to minus. That's good. Okay, so I can cancel pi by 2, then I will get cos 2 theta equal to cos theta, or cos 2 theta equal to minus cos theta. Up to you now. You can use again 2 theta equal to 2 n pi plus or minus that formula. Or you can apply bring one side and apply transformations. It should be fine. So if I bring one side and apply transformations, cos c plus cos d is 2 cos 3 theta by 2. Or it is a quadratic equation also. You can write cos 2 theta, you can write 2 cos 4 theta minus 1 and treat it as a quadratic equation. You can do that. Anyway, 2 cos 3 theta by 2 cos theta by 2 is 0. I think okay, I'll get two options, that is cos 3 theta by 2 equal to 0 or cos theta by 2 equal to 0. But I don't have to worry about this, because whenever this is 0, this should be 0, right?
Yes, sir.
Because cos theta is 0, cos 3 theta is obviously 0 because 4 cos 2 theta. So if I solve this, all the solutions of that are there here. So for this, what it is? 3 theta by 2 equal to, and theta is between 0 to 2 pi, 3 theta is between 0 to 3 pi. Between 0 to 3 pi, cos is 0 at 0 to 3 pi, one rotation. This 1, 2, 3 solution will come 0, sorry, pi by 2, 3 pi by 2, 5 pi by 2. You can find corresponding thetas if you want. Those will cancel. Pi by 3, pi and 5 pi by 2. Coming to this, if you apply transformations, you will get minus 2 sine 3 theta by 2, sine theta by 2 equal to 0. Again, whenever sine theta by 2 is 0, sine 3 theta by 2 is 0. So sine 3 theta by 2 equal to 0 or sine theta by 2 equal to 0. I don't have to check this. Only this I have to check. 3 theta by 2, again between 0 to 3 pi, closed interval, it can be 0, pi, 2 pi, 3 pi. Corresponding theta is 0, 2 pi by 3, 4 pi by 3, and 2, 5. Any values are same? No, all are different. So I got 4 here, 3 here, total 7 values. Otherwise, I can write 2 cos square theta minus 1 cos 2 theta, and this is a quadratic equation in terms of cos theta, find the roots. Here also 2 cos square theta minus 1 and find the quadratic equation. In fact, what should come? The roots for cos theta, cos 0 is 1 should come on root, cos 60 is minus 1 by 2. I think roots are here for this. Here 1 by 2 and minus 1. Yeah. So if you take this as 2 cos square theta minus 1, treat it as a quadratic equation, you will get roots as 1 by 2 and minus 1. Write 2 cos square theta minus 1 quadratic equation, you get roots as 1 and minus 1. Okay, sorry, that is not visible there. So if somebody writes here 2 cos square theta minus 1, they'll get cos theta equal to 1 comma minus 1 by 2. From this, we get cos theta equal to minus 1 comma 1 by 2. For 1, there will be 2 solutions, and for minus 1 by 2, 2 solutions. For plus 1 by 2, 2 solutions. Only problem is for minus 1, there is only 1 solution. When you take one full wave of cos, if you write 1 by 2, 2 solutions. If you write minus 1 by 2, 2 solutions. If you write 1, you only cos the graph is not. If you write 1, 2 solutions, but if you write minus 1, only 1 solution, plus 1 by 2 minus 2 solutions, 2 solutions, 2 solutions, 1 solution. It will be 7 solutions. Okay, all of you are able to understand 85? This quadratic equation was one way, another is transformation. Clear, right? Okay, if at all meeting ends in another 10 minutes, again we'll restart. Okay. I strongly recommend after discussion, everybody can do all these questions once again. Sin square theta, I'm just telling another method, just a quick hint. You can write 1 minus cos square theta. That will be sin pi minus pi cos square theta. Sin 180 minus theta is sin theta. You get pi cos square theta. This is the same. So you get 2 sin pi cos square theta equal to 2 cos pi by 2 cos. So will cancel. But one is sine, one is cos. So what to do? You have to write sine as cos 90 minus theta. So this sine I have to write cos pi by 2 minus pi cos square theta equal to cos pi by 2 cos. Okay, now if you remove, we'll get pi by 2 minus pi cos square theta equal to pi by 2 cos theta or minus pi by 2 cos theta. Actually, the 2 and pi plus or minus, but you have to understand this is after all between minus pi to pi only. This is between minus 90 to 90 only. So will not go beyond 2 pi and all. So if you equate these two, one quadratic equation, we'll get 2 roots. Equate this and this, another quadratic equation, 2 roots. Again, same thing. Plus 1. Plus 1 by 2, minus 1 by 2, plus 1, minus 1. So I felt component or dividend or made things easier. I don't have to write this many steps. So okay, let us see. Yeah. 84 is just to notice one small simple thing. Two things if you notice it is very easy. For all of you, wave optics is over, right? Young's double slit experiment and all that.
It's not.
No, okay. So in ASP, NR started fluid statics and all first year revision. Did not teach second year that topic. Huh? In ASB people.
Sir. No, sir. Optics, total optics covered in 11th video.
Wave optics also, Young's double slit experiment and all that.
No, sir. Mr. didn't give any schedule to see wave optics videos.
No, what I'm saying is NR started first year revision for you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes.
But some second year topics are still there.
Yes, sir. He left
Yes.
some selected topics.
Okay. Fine. If they purposely left, it's okay. Okay. So, for others in the regular seniors, for you, wave optics is taught? Number 5 and 7?
No, sir. No, sir.
For you also not. Okay. Fair enough. Okay. The reason I'm asking is, it's okay. All of you know, we completed conic sections for everybody, circles, parabola, ellipse, hyperbola, all that are done. Whenever PA plus PB is constant, the locus of P is
Ellipse.
ellipse, provided K is more than AB, of course. That is in 2D geometry. In 3D geometry, if in the space, if I give 2 points A and B, and say PA plus PB is some constant, okay, then it is not ellipse, it is ellipsoid. You take an ellipse and revolve around its major axis, what you get is called ellipsoid. Why? If you take this plane, you will get one ellipse. If you take another plane and take PA plus PB is constant, another ellipse. So same ellipse rotated. Okay. If you imagine a solid by rotating ellipse, okay, you got one solid object. Now, if you cut it somewhere, okay, plane, you don't think you'll get ellipse. You have to cut right in the middle only. Okay. You take an ellipse and revolve it and cut right in the middle. Again, you'll get back this ellipse. Here, this question is that it's a vectors means obviously 3D space. Okay. So when you look at this equation, that mod r bar minus b bar plus mod r bar minus c bar equal to 4. This will represent B is fixed, C is fixed, 4 is fixed. It is like PB plus PC is equal to constant. If I can find BC distance and say it is less than 4, definitely it's an ellipse. Okay, so locus of P is an ellipsoid with B comma C as positive. But for that ellipsoid, if I cut with a plane which is passing through B and C alone, is passing through both B and C, I'm cutting right in the middle, right? So you'll get an ellipse, whichever way, cut like this or like this, as long as it passes through that. So here I have to show that they are cutting with a plane, that plane passes through B and C. So what is the question? I have to read carefully. Plane is r bar dot a bar equal to 5. Let us convert this plane equation to 3D. A bar is x, I plus j plus k, so it is x plus y plus z equal to 5. What is a b bar? Point B in position vector 2, 2, 1. What is point C? 5, 1, minus 4. Okay. You see 2, 2, 1. Is it satisfying this point? For this plane equation?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So B also lies on this plane, C also lies on this plane.
Sir, C do satisfy, sir.
It is 5, 1, minus 1. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So the plane is passing through the two foci. So it is cutting an ellipse only, obviously. Next, is the BC distance less than 4? First of all, what is the distance between BC? Root over 3 square plus 1 square plus 2 square. Root over 9 plus 1 plus 4, root 14 is obviously less than root 16. Okay, so it is ellipse only. Okay, for your final ellipse, okay, for your final ellipse, B and C are there, where the distance between them is, distance between the foci is 2AE, which is root 14, and this 4 is the length of major axis, so 2A equal to 4. What is the formula for area of ellipse? Is pi AB. In integration, we'll derive it, but I said how you take an ellipse and compress it, so you take a circle, compress it with ratio B by A, you'll get ellipse, right?
Yes, sir.
So you take pi A square area, multiply with B by A, cancel, you'll get that, so you'll get pi AB. That is one way to derive. In fact, this is the Archimedes way of deriving the area of ellipse. And because integration also, we can get this, not a big deal. We'll get a very simple integration, nothing complicated. Okay. So use pi AB formula where A is 2 and B is root over A square minus A square is square. A square is 2 square. A square is square is okay. I'll just write A square minus A square is square. Take these two inside, I'll get 4 and 16 and 40. So I'm getting 5 root 2. Okay. Now the answer, they did not ask the answer. They said the area is there and what is the closest integer? Okay. One good thing, I think I kept a message in the WhatsApp group yesterday in all the rooms that in the KVPY, within computer screen, calculator will be available. It is not a scientific calculator that you can find sine values, cos values, tan values, not that type of calculator. But simple square roots, multiplication, addition can be done. For example, there is one question where you will get 26 power 4 minus 21 power 4 minus 5 power 4 something. Normally, finding 26 power 4 will take some time for you, but calculator will be there, you can find it. Even here, you take 3.14 into 1.14414 in calculator. Okay, so you're using free versions. Okay, so main point understanding is PA plus PB equal to 4 is 2D geometry ellipse, but 3D geometry ellipsoid. And they gave a plane which is right passing through the major axis of that. So it will cut exactly ellipse right in the middle. So it will be the full ellipse. And for that, we know the foci, which are B and C. And we know that constant as length of major axis. That tells you about length of major axis, minor axis, eccentricity, all the details. And then area of ellipse formula is pi. Okay, mainly to recognize it is a 3D ellipsoid along with a plane cutting right in the middle, which is ellipse. Is it okay, 84 for everybody?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So normally this value is very close to what? Whether it's close to 4 or 5, maybe little calculation required, but there will be actual calculation. Okay, this 83 is not a new question. I'm sure it is there in different places, but in our FM material, same question as it is there for a long time. In theory of equations chapter, in advanced material or niche material, it will be there. Numerical questions on that. I think some questions will take less time, some questions will take more time. So especially this 81 to 90 may take little more time. That's why another video will complete 10 questions. ASP students, do you have any NRSS class tomorrow?
Yes, sir. We
Yes,
have.
sir.
What time?
Don't know,
That told
sir.
at 10, sir.
10 o'clock.
Okay, then better not to disturb you. We'll take again Tuesday evening or something. Monday I have parents meeting. So we'll continue till 5 o'clock. 83. Basically, they gave a 6th degree equation. And no, it's the other way. Sorry. The ABCD are roots of a 4th degree equation. Normally, they'll ask sum of the roots and some product of two things, but they want here they should be kept in some other function, which is 6th degree. But actually, 6th degree can be brought down to some lower level. Let us see why. F of x they gave us x power 6 minus 2x power 1 plus x cube plus x square minus x minus 1. Okay. G of x is equal to x power 4 minus x cube minus x square minus. And I know g of a, g of b, g of c, and g of d all are 0 because a, b, c are roots of x. When you put that a here, what will happen is that, first of all, I want to use division algorithm. Take x power 6 minus 2x power 5 plus x cube plus x square minus x minus 1. And divide with x power 4 minus x cube minus x square minus 1. Okay, so first I have to multiply x square. It is going to be x power 6 minus x power 5 minus x power 4. Excuse me. X power 6 will cancel. Minus x power 5 plus x power 4 plus x cube plus 2 square minus x minus 1. Now I want to multiply minus x. Minus x power 5 plus x power 4 plus x cube plus x. This will go, this will go, this will go straight. I'm getting 2x square minus 2x minus 1. That means this 6 can be written as this into this. So f of x is x power 4 minus x cube minus x square minus 1. Of course, can I find roots of this? Common x square plus 1. You can find, but it will be 2x square minus x plus 2x square minus 3x. What happens now if somebody wants to find f of a? This is after all g of x only. So when you find f of a, g of a will be 0, 0 and anything will be 0. You will be left with 2a square minus 2a minus 1. Similarly, f of b is 0 plus, because g of b is 0, 2b square minus 2b minus 1. Similarly, c, similarly d. So when you add such things, the question was f of a plus f of b plus f of c plus f of c, which is 2 times a square plus b square plus c square plus d square minus 2 times a plus b plus c plus d minus 4. Sum of the roots, you know. Only find sum of the squares is, you have to write it as a plus b plus c plus d whole square minus 2 times all the two things. Okay, double sigma, I can say double sigma ab. You can understand what that means. Minus 2 into a plus b plus c plus d minus 2. You can just substitute those values. What are some of the roots here for the fourth degree of this? Some of the roots is 1. So 1 whole square. Two things will be, no, some of the roots is 1 is correct. Two things will be minus 1. So this will be minus 2 into some of the roots is again 1 minus 4. This is 1 plus 2, 3. 2, 3 are 6 minus 6 is coming 0 somehow. I hope answer is right. Yeah, some part of it is not visible, but answer is finally this is 4 and this is 4 and this is 0 here. 0 there and yes. Okay. Anyway, the method is solved. Is it okay? 83.
Yes, sir.
Okay. If you go back and see in theory of equations, advanced metal definitely this will be there. Then metal.
Sir, can you explain why sum of roots is 1, sir?
Sum of the roots here, the negative of this coefficient by this coefficient is sum of the roots, right?
Yes. Yes, sir.
All right. Roshni, you understood this one?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Bhargav, understood? Bhargav? Avinash, are you there? Why Avinash?
Yes, sir.
Understood that till now everything?
Yes, sir. I understood, sir.
Okay. Samuel, are you there? Okay, 82 also a little bit lengthy it is. Okay, maybe I'll do one thing. 82 we'll discuss in the next class because I'll be left in between already 5 minutes only left. Okay, so I'm going to end now.